Oh my god, the Dooker is back! I got trapped in the fucking Speed Force where everything looks like unfinished CGI. But don't criticize it. That design was intentional. I wasn't initially gonna see this flick because I may or may not think Spider Miller is a menace. But when they tried to burn me out of Across the Spider-Verse by setting the AMC on fire, I earned myself a voucher and still paid a fucking convenience fee. Fuck you, AMC. Zippy zap zoom. Let's not waste time. We're gonna talk about the fucking Flash. Aw man, Duke Force. The joke was right there. God damn it, I'm slipping. The Flash was certainly a movie that was made at some point in time and was finally released in the year 2023. More accurately, a movie that was made and would have benefited from an earlier release for a number of reasons. But for that to happen, Warner Brothers and the DCEU would collectively have to get their fucking lives together. And much like me currently, they ain't. The production history of this movie is messier than the bathroom counter of Grease Charavantes, the pirate salesman. Nearly 10 years from the announcements, boyo. Delays happen, and that doesn't necessarily make it a bad movie, but it does create the expectation of, I've been waiting all this time, and that was it? Look, I get it, but first I do the dance, then we kiss. Don't rush me! Well, how did they do? How do you do? I guess the delays for visual effects work, they didn't give anybody enough time because it still looks like my fucking ass. Old Andy Muschietti can make all the "it was a deliberate choice" excuses that he wants. Guess what, dick face? We all watched the visual effects in It Chapter 2 as well. I don't know behind the scenes pressure. I wasn't there. They kicked me out of the porta potty I was hiding in. But a telling counterpoint to Lil Andy's lies about it being from the Flash's point of view. Here's the trouble. It's also weird from outside Barry's point of view. There are shots that look good. Then there's what's supposed to be the same scene, the same shot, and in one of the shots, the CGI looks fucking terrible, and in the next, it looks passable. So what is it? Because you can't say, oh, well, it's consistent within the Speed Force, because it's fucking not. Hell, there's even scenes of Barry where I question whether or not they plastered Ezra Miller's psychotic fucking face over somebody else because they were off terrorizing Hawaii on some Godzilla life. CGI is incredibly hard on a good day, and time constraints are fucking awful. I have 12 hours to live. I'm sure that these teams have the ability to make wonderful CGI, but what they don't have is the fucking time, the support, or the resources to do so. The visuals in this movie are distracting and inconsistent, and anybody says otherwise are sucking the DC dick. And Andy Muschietti is doing damage control at studio gunpoint so he can stay on for The Brave and the Bold, if it doesn't get fucking canceled because this movie's tanking. Okay, but what about the story, the characters? Let's stop doing Flashpoint! That story needs to be built to. I don't even know anything about comics, and I even know that. Fuck. We are barely introduced to this character as they were just basically plopped into the Justice League. And we have to establish every other character that hasn't been established. Main Flash has all these dynamics with established characters that we've still only gotten a glimpse of. And now we have to get used to him having these dynamics with these new alternate characters. Say what? I don't say this often, but maybe we do need an origin movie for this superhero. The movie covers their ass a little bit by introducing the second Barry that does experience and start to adapt to their powers. But everyone knows this isn't the fucker we're following, and we still have a balancing act to juggle. That doesn't make sense. And as for Ezra Miller, we'll get to them. Things feel undercooked and rushed, and I don't like salmonella. At the behest of nothing. In the third act, Flash 2 just starts to lust after Supergirl. Me too, dog, but I mean the movie needs to build to it. I can just go lay down and count to 10. But what about the rest? So much marketing was built around Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. And then he's all, you wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts. How about you let's get these nuts and delve a little more into this nostalgia trip if you're gonna imply that there's an arc here. Throwing out death knell lines like, you already brought me back. Where'd you go? Why'd you go? Huh? We want Keaton Man. Maybe instead of deleting the scene where the Batman gives insight as to why he let go of the cowl, because it ruins pacing in your broken fucking movie. Thanks, Sammy, for the line. You can delete the scene where the Nothing character characters make references to movies having different fucking stars. Especially when Warner Brothers doesn't even have the rights to half of them to pay off the bit. Did you know that Eric Stoltz was the original Marty McFly? Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Now I want to watch Back to the Future and have the DeLorean run me over for the insurance money. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. God, it really seems like I'm down on this movie. I enjoyed parts of it. Here's some stuff that I liked. Ezra Miller! No, I don't like them. Ezra Miller isn't unbearable in this role, but do we need them around? There is something to say about redemption and people getting well, but there is a multiverse of actors that can do the same job, the same, if not better, not look like they're gonna strangle Iris West at any given moment, and they aren't hotboxing babies. And I'm not talking about putting them in the microwave, because The Flash does put a baby in a microwave. I'll take Ezra here over the Fantastic Flops, whatever the fuck was going on there. But it's time to close the fucking door on this cat. Okay, now things I like. Super Sasha Kaye. She should be considered for the reboots if she's not already. I'll always love Michael Keaton as Batman, but I really wish Ben Affleck would have gotten a little more time in the role. Maybe an actual Batman movie, I don't know. Jason Momoa. The movie did feel a little different than stuff that's been going on in Marvel's Phase 4, but that's a low fucking bar to clear. End of list. This is a harsh review, maybe needlessly. Please don't choke me out, Ezra. Unless you want me to get hard. Honestly, in my opinion, my review is a little too harsh. The movie was serviceable, but the negatives are far more memorable, as the positives are just fine. Conceptually, there is some neat stuff here, but it's snuffed out just as quickly. They could have avoided trying to James Gunn the climactic battle scene with contemporary music. Remember musical scores? Like the Batman theme? That's already in the movie. Maybe we don't need something off of your fucking iPod. Pay a composer. The leads all do a solid job, but so much looms over this movie, it gives it an air of like, why bother? We're gonna flush it anyway. Is it the best that DC had to offer and they just had to get it out because the test audiences loved it? I don't know about all that, but I'd watch this over Shazam. Once it hits Max in about a month, people are gonna watch it out of curiosity, then they're gonna forget about it like a can of tomatoes. Outside of that, it's not really gonna change anything. Which is kind of funny when you think about it. All those cameos and no Grant Gustin? Fuck you too, I guess.